Man, again, shouts out to Bridge the Gap Promotions, Miss Yolanda Marshall, for making this happen, man, reaching out to you and you being a part of our show tonight, man.
I appreciate it. I'm honored you guys, were thinking about me.
Oh, no problem, man. So, man, tell us a little bit about who Earl Miller is, man. Well, should I say Earl Jerome Miller?
Yes, sir.
Tell us who you are, man.
I'm a native Washingtonian, born and raised Northeast, Southeast, Northwest D.C., Northeast, Northwest, Southwest, Southeast D.C. I went to graduated from DHD Woodson High School. Did 1 year at Dunbar, Paul Laurence Dunbar High School. All things D.C., that's who I am. I'm proud to say that I'm a Washingtonian. I'm 48 years old.
I noticed when you gave...
I'm sorry?
I didn't mean to cut you off, man. I just had to get this off. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just had to get this out real quick. I noticed you said it's, Northeast, Well, I see you got that Southeast out first, which you went into your different sections of D.C. Okay, I hear you.
you know how they do it.
With you, man.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah, you get the roughneck section out first, then you go into the calm and cool, collected parts of town. Yeah, I think you got the Southeast, Northeast out first, but yeah, go ahead, man. I'm messing with you.
Gotta get broken in first, you know.
That's right.
So if you can handle yourself in that part of town,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean that.
Yeah, if you can handle yourself in that part.
Oh yeah.
You can handle yourself anywhere.
Oh, that's right. No, it was Southeast Berry Farms over there by Howard University and Northeast over there off of Maryland Avenue.
Yeah, Northeast Maryland Avenue. I grew up on Mississippi Avenue with my grandmother. I grew up on 16 Massachusetts Avenue, not far from Stadium Armory, or the old RFK Stadium. That's where I grew up at in Southeast. Proud of it.
Yeah, if you went over there Northeast, whether it's daytime or nighttime, and you ain't know nobody, you damn sure getting a beat down, and you go get killed or go spend a couple days in the hospital. That's just how.
Yeah, you might want to know some.
Like rougher down, yeah.
You might want to know some people. You might want to have some family close by. But yeah, you're right. You don't want to be riding your bike in the wrong part of town.
That's right. You get ran up on real quick.
That's right.
Man, again, man. I wanna thank you for taking time out of your schedule again, man. We know you're on the road, and thank you for being a part of the show again. I'm gonna turn the show over to the ladies, Miss Robin, Lynn, Maven, and Miss Peggy. Robin and Peggy, go ahead and take it away. Miss Peggy, go ahead and take it away.
Good evening, sir, and welcome. And thank you so much. It is a great honor, sir, for you to be here tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's our pleasure. Truly, it's a pleasure, sir. So if you could share the stage with one other artist or band, who would that be?
If I was to share the stage with someone performing, you saying?
Yes.
I would share the stage probably with your. That's a great question. I would say Stevie Wonder. And I do gospel Christian music, but my style music is very eclectic, and I've always been a fan of Stevie Wonder. He writes timeless music.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he writes timeless music. His music is timeless because he writes, love songs that were, going on, songs that were political, that reflected what was going on in the environment. That's the guy.
Mm-hmm.
He played drums, he played harmonica, he played keyboards. He wrote. It's amazing. God would give someone such a great gift of songwriting, being that he was couldn't see, he's blind.
I know. Wow, that just gives me chills. Wow.
The highlight of my music past, you said past?
Yes, sir.
I would say to be able to write music that really helps people get in touch with their relationship with God. And, you know, someone was telling me that this song really changed their life and made them think differently, you know, about, you know, the trajectory they were on. That really means a lot to me to hear that. I've always been a musician, but I enjoy being a songwriter and producer. That has a better impact, a deeper impact, I would say, in terms of people's lives. Because you can always remember a song. When you hear a particular song, a song you really, really like, you can always think about where you were when that song played for the first time and what you were doing.
Yes, sir. Yes, definitely. Sir, could you pick one song that was your greatest challenge to write?
Song was my greatest challenge to write. I would say a song I did recently for a friend of mine's for a thing I had called Solo Sessions I have on my YouTube page, and I had a friend of mine to sing it, and the song was called Never Alone. And a friend of mine named Alvin Jones, who's a phenomenal vocalist. And it took me a while to write it. I just had a lot going on. It seemed like it's the challenges of life, and you know, I couldn't get the words together right away like I usually do with certain songs, and it took me some time to get that song together. That was about a bit of a challenge, but I think what it was, I needed to have some other experiences in my life for the song to become more relevant for myself. So that was a recent song I did with a friend of mine named Alvin Jones. The song was called Never Alone.
Oh, wow. Wow. Well, thank you so much, sir. And again, it's a great honor for you to be here. And thank you so much. I'm going to hand the mic back over to DJ Sean.
Okay.
Again, Mr. Miller, man, thank you, and appreciate you again, man, for taking time out of your schedule. Before I go into other questions from the other co-hosts, man, where's your home church at?
Home church is I just started playing at a church called First Saints Community Church. That's down in St. Mary's County. That's where I'm ministering at down there now. I'm the director of music down there.
Go ahead and give the name of the church and the address in case people are listening.
Sure, it's
go ahead and get that information out there, my brother. Yeah,
it's called First Saints Community Church, and the address is I actually kind of forget it myself. Hold on 1 second.
Uh-oh.
Right.
Well, you get ready to get your offer in a second from you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't want to get.
I can hear the ladies in the church now. Oh, Lord. Pastor forgot the name of the church, y'all.
Right. It's 25550 Point Lookout Road in Leonardtown, Maryland. The pastor is Pastor Chris Owens.
Okay. Right. Well, again, thank you. Mr. No Weapon, you got questions for this young man?
I actually do. What's up, man? How you doing?
Good. How about yourself?
I'm doing fine. Question. Everybody has, I know musically, everybody has that moment where they get, just stuck in a certain place. What is your inspiration that when you in that place that you're stuck, that causes you to keep going?
One thing I've learned is when you're trying to push something that's not working, it's best to kind of don't do music. Go outside. I'll go outside and enjoy nature. I'll take a walk. I'll just get quiet. I'll get quiet. That's what I do when I get stuck like that.
So solitude would be your
Solitude,
place
yeah.
that you get encouragement.
Right, not listening. Now, if I'm trying to write a song, then yeah, solitude is great. If I'm trying to be inspired musically from a musician point of view, I might listen to other musicians that play, or listen to other artists.
What artists do you look up to, like you would listen to, like for the inspiration?
One of my greatest inspirations is a guy named Corey Henry. He's an organ player. He's a phenomenal organ player. Kevin Powell's another guy I like listening to. He's an organ player. Because they think out of the box musically, the way they arrange their music. Even when they're just playing, if they're being inspired to play that moment, things they can hear. You know, they can hear those chords that, you know, the normal average person can't hear. But it inspires me to, you know, to get better and work on my craft. To get to that place, where I can hear my own. I'll say it like this: they inspire me to find my own voice, because everybody has their own voice. They have their own sound, and you're never going to be happy till you discover that.
That's like it in all music. Everybody wants to sound like somebody instead of trying to sound like themselves. Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, you're right, DJ.
Because there's only you know, God made you unique, and you're not like anybody else. And you know, that's why I'm saying Stevie Wonder, or you know, a guy like Michael Jackson, or you know, Kirk Franklin, or Richard Smallwood. I mean, these guys, they found who they were and stayed in it, and were comfortable with that. And it's easy because you're drawn to things that you like. And so once you find out what that is, you know, and you like it, you enjoy it, you build around that. You don't try to be like someone else.
Exactly. All right, Robin Lynn Maven.
Hi, welcome to the show. Music and ministry.
Thank you.
What are your thoughts about music and ministry?
In terms of like church service ministry, are you talking about like gospel on airwaves?
In church service ministry, gospel on the airwaves, and particularly as far as maybe ministries using music to move the people or to influence the people?
I think that you have to be cognizant that music is the great influencer. It is. I think in a service you have to make sure you're not using it to manipulate people. I'm talking about someone that's in leadership, to make them do what you want them to do, in terms of scintillating their emotions, to empower yourself versus you trying to help them to empower themselves. Or I should say, get them to God so they can be empowered by God. Let me say it like that. So I've been in environments where, you know, some certain people in leadership like to use music to influence people to give money, to make them feel good, so to speak, emotionally, but only to control them. So I think there has to be a balance of that. I think any song should, especially in ministry, should make you connect to God. And not to say God can't use a person, but it should definitely drive you and strengthen and deepen your relationship with the Most High.
Wow. Okay, so for leadership, you got to be real disciplined to be in leadership, in any type of ministry. Let me ask you, how old were you when you realized that you had the love of music and the love of God, both?
Okay, yeah, I was pretty, I'll say I was about 6 or 7 when I realized I had a love for God. I just had that. My mother's told me that I've always had that. She's always said I was a little different from the other kids, and I seem to have be very self-aware, is what she would say. and I just kind of knew things a little differently. My love for music didn't really kick in until I was about 12 or 13, and I just it really brimmed over when I was 16.
Wow. So what was it that led you to discover your love of music?
Playing it in a black church, especially Pentecostal and storefront churches, you know, if you show an inkling of talent or desire, or you know, a lot of times in a black church they will encourage you, they will try to push you, you know, to do it, to pursue it, and they'll try to set you up, you know, with the choir director and the choir, and you know, that was my story. I was not the most talented because I only can pluck on keys, one or two keys, and I could play the same chord. But you know, I just had a desire, and I didn't know how I was going to get better, but I just had the desire. Started from that point on. My mother bought me my first keyboard from Radio Shack. It was a small 20 key keyboard that had blue and red buttons on it.
Casio.
Yeah, it wasn't a Casio. It was some other, I think it was called Tandy. That's how old it goes back. It was a keyboard.
Yeah, right.
That's old school.
Yeah, and I thought that was the best gift I ever had in my entire life.
Little Albert, you get up there and sing, Jesus, yes, Jesus loves me, and I'm going to let my light shine.
Exactly. That was the best gift I ever got in my life. I was like, you know, I didn't care about the yellow and green buttons. I was just like, you know, hey, it works. I can make a sound. That's all that matters.
Wow. That's amazing. It's very nice to meet you. Back to you, Sean.
All right. Well, let's get into one of your songs, Mr. Miller, and we'll come back with some more questions, man. Cause I'm sitting up here jotting on some stuff, man, to get you in trouble since you're there at the Barrel of DC, you know, area. We'll throw some stuff at you, man. You know, see if you can see what you get right, man. See if people ain't gonna get bad with you tomorrow morning, man.
Okay.
Welcome back. This is the Gospel Radio. This is the Gospel Radio Show right here on the Hilltop Radio Show. We got the one and only Mr. Earl Jerome Miller right here in the house. We're getting ready to start with this song called Bow Down right here. We'll be right back, y'all.
Got him on mute. That's an 8-minute song. You see the guy he seemed like the antagonist.
We stand on
He's trying to get me in trouble.
Ground we will remove.
I thought they were gonna play In Love With You. That's a little shorter than this song. It's a long song.
Of dignity, casting down all of our selfish ways, open our minds, align our thoughts on you.
You kind of heard that delay when they're asking questions. They were like, got gone quiet. It's like, okay. I got them on mute, so they can't hear me.
We stand on holy ground. We will remove our shoes of dignity, casting down all of our selfish ways, focus our minds, align our thoughts on you. Unchanged forever you your holy throne. Only you are worthy. You are God alone. Perfect in all your ways. You are the ancient of days. Worthy to be adored. With exceeding great praise. You're the one who rules and reigns. Lord, you're the master of everything. So we humbly bow before you, sovereign King. No one compares to you. And all of the wonderful things you do. You're the essence of righteousness. The spirit of pride has no rest. More wretched than I am. Only you can deliver me to a place where peace abounds and the rivers of joy are overflowing. So I gladly crucify this flesh just to dwell in your holy place where there's love that burns everything. Lord, I'll magnify your great name. Great are you, Lord. You are greatly to be praised. In the city of our God, you're worthy. You're the master. You're the ruler. Lord, we honor you. You know I wonderful tonight. No one compares to your greatness. So we humbly bow, even lay prostrate. There's nobody like you nowhere. Lord, we humbly bow. We pay homage to your greatness. You're the Holy One. So Lord, we bow down.
All right, y'all, let's bow down right here on the gospel show. Needed that right now. All right. Mr. No Weapon, talk to us, man. Very inspirational.
Yeah, I agree with you, DJ Sean. It's very inspirational. It makes you want to just fall in love with the Lord, no matter what place of life that you're in spiritually. It just makes you want to get closer to the Lord. So, my brother, appreciate you for making that song.
Oh, thank you.
Miss Peggy.
Sir, that song is so uplifting and spiritually. It just brings joy to my heart, my soul. It is truly uplifting. I can't stress that enough. How much energy and the message in that is amazing. Thank you so much.
All praise to God for it.
Right. Miss Robin Lynn, Buzz Live Radio. I am streaming Seattle.
Yeah, man, we're going to worship today. Lord, I will lift mine eyes to the hills from which cometh my help. Okay, you took me there. I was like all the way down there. I was about to call my pastor up and say, "Sir, can we have service right now?" Thank you.
Wow.
All right, Mr. Miller, tell us a little bit about that song, man. About the lady that sung that, man. She has a lovely voice, real lovely voice, man. Talk to us.
Yeah, I wrote that song about 2006. I was I can remember I was downstairs in my basement, and I just had this melody that came to me, and with a string arrangement, and I think it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and all I kept hearing in my spirit was the term "bow down," and that melody came to me with the part where the strings comes in, when the drum beat comes in, and I was just that night I was just down there just worshiping God and thanking Him for His goodness to me, His mercy towards me. Only because I know that everything that I have and everything I've accomplished is because of Him and His grace. And that song just came to me, and when I wrote that song, I was actually in tears because it was heavily inspired. That's all I can tell you. I can't really, And so I had some singers and friends of mine that had put a group together back in 2018 for a function at my wife's cousin's church, and wanted to do that song then. So I gave it to them to learn the song, and it had a very good response back from people. So I knew that was from God. I knew He'd give me that song. And so the young lady that sings, her name is Anissa Simon. She's a very, very gifted singer, very anointed singer. She brings a lot of richness, and her voice has a lot of richness to it, a lot of depth to it. And she's the type of person expressive that when she sings a song, she sings from her soul in terms of what she's lived and through what she believes. Sometimes when a person sings a song, they can memorize the words or maybe the melody, but they haven't lived the song. And so you can tell, when people call someone, say they have a lot of soul to their singing, that comes from their experience or pain or trauma that comes through the song. So you have to live a song to sing it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Sure. So, Earl, where can people follow you at on social media?
They can follow me on my Facebook page at Earl Jerome Miller. They can follow me on Instagram at Earl Miller Music, or they can follow me on Reverb Nation, actually, Earl Jerome Miller on Reverb Nation, or they can follow me on YouTube at Earl Miller Music. I was going to say that too. I have a portion up there on my YouTube channel called Solo Sessions, where I feature various vocalists and musicians, songs that I've written, other songs that I've written, and I feature these other vocalists who are very talented, very gifted vocalists. Give them their recognition for what they've given to the metropolitan area. That's what I do. And I have other thing that I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You speak. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I apologize. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just saw the songs called Mini Song Chronicles, where I have songs that I've written, the real short songs that were inspired, that kind of thing. But primarily, I use it to feature other artists.
Okay. Well, let's whatever day easy for you to talk. Let's talk about those artists that you have on your platform. Let's give them another platform. Let's get them here on our gospel show on Wednesday nights, and give them a chance to showcase their talents not only locally but on a worldwide level here on the Hilltop Radio Show, man. So let's talk about that. If this week or next week or whenever it's suitable for your schedule to to talk, man, give them a bigger platform, because that's what we do here. We try to give, artists, whether they're gospel, country, hip hop, rap, or whatever. We try to give them a bigger platform, man, and it'll help. Not only to help them grow, it'll help everybody grow, and it's more fellowship and more networking for these artists to get out and be heard, man. Because you never know, who's listening these days on these radio programs and shows and stuff, man. So
Yes.
I would love to have a
Okay.
conversation with you, and and we'll correspond through, bridge the gap and get everything set up through them, man, and
Okay.
and get that talent, here on the show, man.
Okay.
If that's okay with you.
Yes.
Okay. So, man, I'm getting ready to put you in the hot seat, man. Here's 4 things that, if a lot of people ain't never been to Maryland, Maryland is known for its seafood. Seafood is number one in Maryland. So here's 4 things, man. You prefer the Maryland crab soup, the Maryland crab cake, the oyster fritter, or the soft shell crab sandwich? What's your take?
I'm going with the crab cakes.
All right,
Yeah,
crab cakes.
I love
Now,
good.
where you get your crab cakes from? Where you gonna get your crab cakes from? Buck-Two's over in Howard County, or over there at Inner Harbor in Baltimore. Where you gonna go get? Or you gonna go get over there in Annapolis? Where you at?
I'll get them where I'm at, or I've gone across the Bay Bridge. I can't think of the name of the spot, but it's a spot my wife and I've gone to. They had some really good crab cakes and some really good cream of crab soup.
Oh, okay. You talk about over there, Kent Narrows.
Ken Island, and that's the direction over there. Yep, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay.
So
All right.
I'm going with the crab cakes.
Okay, all right, man. All right, man, we're getting ready to go into another song. We'll be back with some more trivia with you, man, here on the Gospel Radio Show. Mr. Earl, Jerome Miller right here on the show, y'all. The song is The Holy One. We'll be right back.
Jesus the Christ, born
right on into praise and worship here on the Gospel Show for tonight. All right, go ahead, Miss Peggy, talk to us.
Yes, sir. It just feels like we are at church. Sir, that song is so spiritually uplifting. It is so much energy and the power and the energy. It's just spiritually uplifting. Thank you so much, Mr. DJ Sean.
Thank
Rob,
you.
I'm gonna have to get you those songs to play on your praise and worship show up there in Seattle. Go ahead, Robin.
Yes. Man, do you have one of those little sticks? I think they call it a standard. Do you have a standard? Do you use it?
Do I have a standard?
Yeah. You know that little stick that before you start, they get, and then they lift the standard, and the whole orchestra and the people, they look at you, and you do your hands up 2 3 up 2 3.
Oh, the conductor.
You use your hands and all that too.
Use
the conductor.
Use my hand. Yes. Yes.
Well, you need to get you one of the little standards, man. That's something that even Kirk Franklin doesn't have.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Wow.
All right, Mr. No Weapon.
Hey man, I love you guys. I love Hilltop Radio Show. You guys are straight hilarious. But man, I love it. You know what I'm saying? You actually remind me of one of those choirs that Kirk Franklin used to conduct. You know, he have his hands waving in the air, you know. And I'm trying to pay attention to the song, but I'm sitting over here looking at Kirk Franklin like, okay, then, dude, do your thing, my brother. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, man, I can dig it.
Oh, well, thank you. Oh, glory to the Most High.
So most of this music you write all your music and it's composed to the choir. Earl, tell us how that arrangement is.
Well, I have songs that like for choirs, and I have music like for other artists. So I call it eclectic. So a lot of those songs were like had the choir kind of feel to it, or I should say more of a chorale feel, not a choir. The choir is a little larger. This is more for a smaller group of people, like maybe 8 or 9 people. So it doesn't have that big booming type of. The singers have large voices, but it's more for a chorale. You know, maybe like 6 or 7 vocalists that can sing that can project very well. So that song, I just had the melody, and I had the groove to it, and I just kind of went from that. And again, it was about the Most High. So I've read, in the Bible many times where the seraphim and cherubim in heaven keep saying, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord God Almighty." Holy means that's set apart from anything that our minds could comprehend. So when I think of God being holy, I think of Him being set apart, completely different from what man has subjugated His image to be. So my songs, that song in particular has a lot of, I don't want to say redundancy to some degree, but it's just to remind us of the greatness and the vastness of God, how great He is. And I know people say it a lot, God is great, but, to really look at the vastness of God, of course you can see that in creation. So I hope that makes sense.
Right. It makes a lot of sense. So I'm going to ask you a question, Earl. The traditional ways of worshiping with other churches, like, especially Maryland, all over Maryland, is known for, churches worshiping with other churches, whether, you're Pentecostal or, Baptist or, AME, or whatever. Do you think the old traditional ways, and I'm talking about Maryland itself. I don't know about Delaware and Virginia does follows the same lead as well. Do you think the churches have gone away from fellowshipping and really worshiping and getting the music out there? As Robin said in the beginning, a lot of churches use their music to really bring the old folk in, and the kids, and the young folks into the churches. Do you think they've got away from that, that old school tradition? What's your take on that?
Oh, tradition. Yeah, I mean, some churches try to maintain that. I think you have to, well, there's a story behind every song. So the hymns have stories behind them, and so you have to use that. And I think there's some people who are trying to keep that the light of the hymns alive. But that's where the message in those hymns, and so I can't speak for all churches. I don't really know, but I do think we have to kind of keep that. Those hymns were through the struggles of African Americans. They certainly brought us over, especially during slavery, post-slavery, Jim Crow, black codes, penal codes. It brought us through all those things. So I think it kind of reminds us as black people in terms of what those songs really mean to us, the hymns, and again reflecting on a relationship with God. Songs don't necessarily have to be hymnal, but they should have the strong message about God being our deliverer, God being our source, God being our guide, God being our sovereign, control of our lives, our judge.
Mm-hmm.
All those things are very important. And so I know, being a black person myself, we know all about, black people know a lot about going through, making it through, deliverance.
Right.
So I think all those things are very
Right.
important. So honestly, I think hymns are very important. I think I try in my personal time, I stay connected musically to hymns and learning hymns and remembering hymns. But I think you gotta have a little bit of both. You gotta have the hymns, you have to have the contemporary. Music is always evolving anyway.
Right. Yeah, because it's a good thing. You talked about the slavery and everything. A lot of people don't know Maryland was a hub for bringing slaves into from Africa into the United States as well. And if you go further down, I'm gonna say Route 50, closer to the Atlantic Ocean, closer to Ocean City.
Yeah.
There's a town called Berlin. Berlin had a slave plantation.
Now, is that the place where they had the sex farms out over there? Was that the sex farm spot over there?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
The place they were breeding slaves over there. Right. Yeah, I've heard about that. Yes.
Yeah. So that plantation is still there off of what's that? 150 and 113 there in Berlin. Before you get deep into Berlin off of Route 50. So yeah, I know exactly what you mean, because a lot of them came through there, and then a lot of them, the old spiritual hymns are still. That's why I said Maryland is they still go to that old school hymn book, in the churches and stuff down there on the Eastern Shore. So that's why I brought that up. I brought that up to you. So again, we appreciate you, man, for taking time out of your schedule. We got another song, but before we do that, man, I got another thing. Baltimore, the Inner Harbor, or Washington, the National Harbor?
Which one do I like the best? I'm going to go with National Harbor. Well, you know what? Let me back up for a second. I'm a little biased. I'm from D.C., so I'm going to go with Haynes Point. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
only the people in my area would know about that. The Haynes Point area.
Oh yeah. This is one and only Mr. Earl Jerome Miller. I know everybody's like, see that show? What the hell are you talking about? This is a Maryland thing, y'all. This is a Maryland thing. A DMV thing. You wouldn't understand. No, I'm just playing. All right, this is the last song. We're going into Love. Love with You. We'll be right back, y'all.
Father, because of your great love for me, I am in love with you. Purity?
Go ahead, Miss Becky. Talk to us how you liked it.
Wow, I'm just, my body and my whole spiritual mind, I am completely moved and uplifted just from the energy of these songs. I just can't describe into words, sir, how much energy and how much just truly uplifted and spiritual. I love the messages and everything. Thank you so much, DJ Sean.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for listening.
Robin Lynn Maven.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Sean, I really miss Debo right about now, because Earl over here playing by himself, man. Earl is playing by himself, man.
Oh, yeah.
I could be like at a concert, I could like turn on the radio, and I could just be listening to like wow gospel, all coming from this guy, okay?
Oh, yeah.
I'm sitting here like really moved, because we're family here. We're like real family here at Hilltop. You know, we don't put each other down. We don't pick each other up and put each other down. We let each other know what's going on. We don't drop in. We don't drop out. All of that. And your music tonight is just making me feel all warm and fuzzy, man. Because Earl playing by himself. Man.
Oh, wow.
I always wanted to say that.
Thank you very much. All glory to the Most High. Thank
Mr.
you.
No Weapon? Yes, sir.
Uncle Earl, you Uncle Earl for tonight. Man, you a one-man band, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I ain't mad at you do what you do. That's that kind of music where you get up in the morning, you put your clothes on, you know, you thank the Lord for waking you up in the morning, and you put on Uncle Earl, and you just make it do. You know what? I make it do what you do, baby.
Thank you.
Hey, Earl, again, man, thank you for taking time out of your schedule, man, and being a part of the show. Again, shouts out to Bridge the Gap Promotions, Yolanda Marshall, for setting this up tonight, man. I have your phone number. I will be getting in touch with you so we can so we can talk about, those other artists and stuff, man. One more time, man, can you let everybody know where they can follow you at on social media and where they can find your music and any shout outs you want to give at this time?
Sure. You can find me on Earl Jerome Miller on Facebook, Earl Miller Music on Instagram. You can go to Earl Jerome Miller on Reverb Nation. I also have Earl Miller and Purity on Reverb Nation as well too. You can purchase my music through that way. You can also go to reach out. You can find me on YouTube at Earl Miller Music as well. I give a shout out to say my wife. My wife has been very supportive of this music journey. She's been one of my main supporters and cheerleaders, and I'm always eternally grateful for having a woman that supports her man and stands beside him. Stands behind him. She's always given me very positive words, and I'm very grateful for her love, her undying love, and commitment to me as being a wife. And
right.
Shout out to all the
singers.
Because
I was getting ready to say, I didn't mean to cut you off, because I was getting ready to say, if you have any issues, we got Dr. Terry Moore on next with Love and Relationship. He's up next for us. I'll tell you, you can stay on and get him to help you out a bit down, man. I'm just messing with you, man.
Right.
That's good that, you have someone that supports you like that, man. Yeah. And we all need that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I shout out. I have a lot of friends who've helped, with the music. I didn't do it by myself. I had, vocalists and it's different people that I've met that have been really good friends to me. I got a godfather, Larry Brown, godmother, Lisa Henderson. It's just, I don't really want to start naming people because you're going to forget people and people get upset. So I'm just thankful for the gift God's given me, my wife, and the friends that God's given me, family.
All right, man. Well, again, man, thank you. Appreciate you. Enjoy your music. Love your music. And we're going to be talking. And, you know, it's not seldom you get to talk to somebody from home. So, man, you know, make sure you keep that Maryland crab cake and stuff ready for me. So when I come home, I ain't got to go run and look for it. I can come to you.
You got it.
All right, man. You have a good night and a blessed weekend, my brother.
Thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it. I'm grateful. You too.
All right. Thank you.
Sure now.
All right, you guys, it's the one and only Mr. Earl Jerome Miller right here on the Gospel Radio Show. You guys already know what it is. The second half of
Thank you for using Blog